I remember just going back home that day and saying, hey, if I ever get to a place where I'm able to do this for somebody else, I'll do it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Collins Odhiambo, and welcome to the HFG podcast episode number 3. Tunasukuma hii kitu, tunasonga tukisonga. Guys, I'm so happy, I'm so excited. We just started and I'm already getting some feedback. I'm already getting some guys who want me to, feature other coaches, and that is good, man. Continue bringing those names. If possible, share these people that I want me to bring to the podcast, and also share their contacts so that I can reach them, and that one, if they are free, if they are available, are able to do this. Now, the good thing about right now is with technology, we don't need to even meet. We can do an online session, we record, and we bring that value to the youth. As I said, guys, this podcast is all about, yes, we'll talk about some things basketball, but also the main thing is, at the end of the day, I want us to learn something that we can apply outside basketball, or some things that we've learned in basketball that can help us, develop our lives and elevate our lives. You understand? It's hoops for greatness, guys. So we're using basketball to help us get to our different types of greatness or level of greatness in our personal lives. Okay, and through that, I know we're making an impact, and we're going to have better youths for the future, because you guys are the future. So we have to help you guys with what we know, talk to you guys, have a conversation, just to make sure that you have a better experience than we did. Okay, now today, guys, number one, please follow on IG, H4G podcast. Follow up on IG. If you want to get the video versions of this, also go to YouTube, Coach Collins Odhiambo. I have a playlist there. You'll find all these videos there as I post them. Okay. And I remember the year was 2010, if I'm not wrong. We were closing the year 2010. So I'd actually just went to Uganda, joined KIU. I was working myself off, just to make sure that I'm able to get that basketball scholarship. And one thing that I decided to do was to stay back, even when guys closed, to stay back and continue working on my game, to continue reading, just to make sure when that opportunity came through, I was able to get that scholarship. Now, another thing that I was aiming for was to play in the East Africa games, you understand, because I knew if I play those games, I'll have increased my opportunities or my chances to get those to get that scholarship, because at that time most people went home. It was December, so most people would opt to go home rather than stay back in school to go and play those games. So for me, I decided to stay back, and there's another story I'll also share about that in another podcast. But I get to this place where I'm like, okay, I'm going for these games. Jeff and another guy who was called Said were the main point guards of the team. For them, they were like, Akolo, we played this game so many years, you go and play. So I was the main point guard now. This is my first year, remember, guys. This is my first year. So for me, it was like an opportunity. I didn't even see any pressure because I was training, I was ready to play. So for me, it was like an opportunity, and my vision was to get a scholarship. But now, training and whatnot, but I had one challenge. I did not have basketball shoes, or rather, the ones that I had were not good. And it was hard for me to share it with the coaches because I was not so used to them, you understand? So I was like, man, I have to find a way. At home, I did not come from a family that, supported sports really. So even at that time, I was dependent on my dad. I was like, Dad, I'm staying back here so that I can get this scholarship and whatnot. And it wasn't really supportive around basketball. Okay. And I knew if I'm going to get shoes, I have to find a way. Remember, I'm trying to source food. I'm training, you understand? Because guys have closed. So it's like, if you stay in Uganda, you sort out yourself. That is what my dad told me. So I was like, I want this scholarship, so I have to do whatever I have to do. And I remember thinking to myself, maybe by the time I get to Kenya, na love, because by the way those games were here in Kenya at Kenyatta University. Hiyo time Thika Road nilikuwa inatengenezwa buda jam. Jam ilikuwa noma. So I remember they were in Kenya, so I was like when I come to Kenya, because now I'll be around people that I know, when somebody doesn't have a game they can help me with their shoe. So I was like that is sorted. So one day I'm training, and there's this guy, he was the incoming captain. He was called Abraham. He was a Sudanese guy, a very cool guy, man. And we were just training with him like in the morning and stuff, because they had also stayed back to train for those games. So as we're training, one day we finished training, and I'm like, you used to call me Jodo because I love Jordan, by the way. Me, you don't tell me anything about Jordan. Me, I love Jordan. I'm actually just reading his book right now. I was watching Caroline Mutuko on another YouTube video yesterday, where he was talking about content creation and all these things, and he talked about this book by Michael Jordan. It's called Thrive from Within or something like that. Let me just even confirm right now, because Driven from Within, that is the name of the book. I actually got it yesterday. So I love Michael Jordan. Anything to do with Michael Jordan, I'll read. Okay, so to get back to the story, where was I? Yeah, this guy used to call me Jodo. So I was like, hey, Mzee Jodo, how about, hey Buddha, your shoes, man? I'm like, yeah, man. But najua, I know when you get to Kenya, I'll be able to get somebody who will help me with their shoes, because right now I don't have money to buy shoes. I don't even have transport to go back home. I'm dependent on our bus, because we are going to go to Kenya. So tukifika Kenya, najua siwezi kuwa, I'll get somebody or I'll get a way to get home. At that time, we used to live along Wayakiwe, mali kunaitwa N-Town, close to Udhiru. So I knew when these guys will be going back to Uganda, they'll go through that way. So I'll nitashuka tu kwa stage and I'll go home. Understand? So I was like, fair, iko sorted. Okay? So for shoes, iko sorted. I'm going to get shoes when I get to Kenya. So I continue training. And then one day after training, this guy they used to have cars, man. So in campus, but they have cars, man. So I remember, and after practice, Abraham was like, hey, Jodo, let me go and share with you something. So I was like, let us go, man, because I have stories with these Sudanese guys. I'll share more, man. So we went to the car, and then he was like, hey, Mzee Jodo, bana, take this, man. I was like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, okay, let me open. And I immediately touched that bag. I could feel these are shoes. So I opened up the bag, and to my surprise, guys, I don't even remember there were which Nikes, but there were some good Nikes, man. Now, these shoes are not from Kikomba, Uganda, huko. No, man. These were shoes from the States. This guy gave me brand new shoes, and he was like, Ibana, my point guard cannot be in a game with shoes that are not good. My point guard must have good shoes, and that is how I was able to get shoes that I used in that tournament. Imagine, man. And that moved me so much, man. Like, that guy was my friend, but I remember that time I was like, man, thank you, man. Because I didn't have money. I was like trying to connect with the guys in Kenya to let them know that I'm coming and they'll be able to help me with their shoes. But this guy gave me shoes, man, and I was so impressed. I was so happy. I was so thankful. And man, I remember just going back home that day and saying, hey, if I ever get to a place where I'm able to do this for somebody else, I'll do it. And let me tell you, from that moment on, I've given out over like 15 pairs of shoes, because I know what it means when somebody doesn't have shoes and able to give them brand new shoes and they're passionate about the game. Man, shoes play a huge role in somebody's morale. You understand? So in basketball, and I don't know about any other sport, but in basketball it plays a huge role. When you have good shoes, you have a good kit, you just feel good. You understand? Confidence in a panda hata juu. So because of that, man, nimependa viatu mingi. I've shared so many, and I think they're even more than 15 because that was 2010. So I've shared more than even 20, I believe, shoes. So years later, I think like, I don't know, 5 years ago or something, not even 5, I think 3 to 4 years ago, I get report that my friend had passed away, and he was expecting twins. They are alive. The wife is okay. The wife was also my friend when we were in Uganda. At that time, she was the girlfriend. Now, Abraham passed away. Left 2 beautiful twins. Every time I see the wife posting and I just talking about, I wish you are here to see your girls, man. It hurts, but that is life. You understand? First off, you never know when you're going to leave this planet, number one. Second thing is you have to make an impact, man. You have to make an impact with your life. Huwezi kuwa tu wewe uko. You understand? And it's those small things. Because he was able to share that with me, I'm able to do the same. I even recently gave another guy James Harden shoes. You understand? But that is another great story also. So I believe, sharing is caring. Sharing is investing in your own greatness. Sharing is investing in your own rewards from God. You understand? So be that kind of person who, shares. If you have a shoe, if you can buy a short, if you can buy a ball. I have so many stories around that. Kemp also gave me shoes. There's a guy called Kaka gave me shoes. Delano gave me shoes. You understand? So these are guys that I can't forget, because they've made an impact in my life, and they, because of their act, of their humble act, let me call it that way, I was able to do the same for other people. You understand? So it's like a ripple effect. You understand? So remember, guys, make an impact. You understand? Make an impact. Who can you help? Help. Give a hand. Unajua, fanya vitu za charity. Hapo kwa quote, if somebody is not good with a particular skill and you have that skill, you understand? Help them grow. It is very good when somebody say, it feels good when somebody say, hey, this guy taught me how to do this. This guy gave me this shoe. Manze, I didn't have any shoe, manze, but this guy was able to come through for me. Manze, I was stuck. But this guy just sent me 1,000. Was like, that is part of my tithe, so I wanted to share it with you. And at that time, I didn't have anything. Those are very moving stories. Those are very impactful things to do. Understand? So I hope this inspires you to share what you have with somebody else. And next time, tutapatana. It's your boy calling Odhiambo. Somebody's calling me.